Hi, I'm glad you're here. It's Stephen Budden. I'm just going to walk you through 3 of the biggest frustrations that high achievers have in creating a love life that is freeing, fulfilling, and fun. Let's say rapture is what we want. Relationship that's fulfilling, freeing, and fun. And the first challenge is creating and aligning with a match. So for this module, I call this True Companion. And True Companion is about really aligning with someone so that you set yourself up for success. The first module is the path. This is the worldview you need to take, the stories you need to uproot, kind of laying out the map for what you want to do in relationships and getting clarity on what you want things to be. The next module is shared vision. So once you have this clarity, you learn how to language it in such a way that you can language it with your partner or your potential partner. You really get clear on what you need and find the way to bridge that with another. Because once you have that, that's a lot of the challenges. That takes care of a lot of the challenges that people have right there. And there are deep ways to do this, and we're going to excavate your old stories that are limiting, find out where you inherited them, pull them from the body and mind. And authentic communication. Is the third module. And what this is about is there are 3 body centers: head, heart, and pelvis. And the way these are aligned determines how we communicate and how we kind of magnetize our patterns. This head, heart, pelvis, or instinct. It's pelvis and spine. So we're going to figure out the way that we need to authentically communicate. Because to tell you the truth, if you have this perfectly shared vision and you don't know how to communicate it fully, you have no recourse. And I'm actually going to switch the order of these. You have no way to really invite another into your vision. So we're going to outline the path. Find your tools and resources for authentic communication. Listen, most of us, there are at least 3 levels of communication. We could subtly divide this up a lot more. But most of us we communicate only transactionally. It's like A to B, linear thought, this makes sense. And as Stephen Covey once said, we need to be efficient with things, but effective with people. If you need to sit there with a 3-hour conversation, lean into vulnerability, access your heart center in such a way that you get a need met, then that's what you need to do. So after this True Companion, which is the first piece, we address the second problem that people mention, and that is kind of insecurity or lack of confidence. Oops. So our way to address that is self-acceptance. And more broadly put, self-love. Now, self-love is essential because our relationship is a projection of what goes on inside of us. There's no other way to put it, and I don't know how to sugarcoat it in any other way. So, the first module in this is self-love makeover. This arose out of a few interesting stories with clients. One client was continually hiding her feet, and I noticed that, and I brought it up, and I mentioned it. And there were tears, and she said, I've always hated my feet. This could be feet, this could be any story. Feet is a common one. However, the more you kind of disconnect from a piece of yourself, the less you can feel complete in that moment. So as we reconnected to her feet, she was able to come back online and accept her full self and her full uniqueness fully, and then her full uniqueness fully. Just so complete. And then to find a way back to her body, that kind of bridge. And she was in a compelling and fulfilling relationship soon after that. So that could be coincidence, very unlikely. The next piece is inner child reunion. I lead people through a path to connect with their younger selves before they lost their innocence, because a lot of us are relating out of wounds, as you know. So if we can connect to this piece, there's a reunion, there's a ritual. I coined this process somatic soul retrieval, and it's a very beautiful and unique process that will empower your relationship in so many ways. I can't even describe it. This could be a course in itself. Then there is healing relationship to men. And that's me. Okay, that's where I'm kind of a stand-in here. Our relationship with men has been broken. This could be if you're a man or a woman. Our relationship to men has been wounded by ridiculous behavior from a few men in a few realms, and we need to heal this. So I play the role, I get projected upon, of course, and I know ways to deflect and reroute that and rebuild trust. We rebuild trust in the masculine. Then you are free to have a relationship. If you're a man, you're free to be a good man, and if you're a woman, you're free to trust again. So I say I work primarily with women and maybe 10% men, and this is for you, 10%. And then after that module, we have people who are afraid of just being vulnerable and leaning in fully. There's a little bit of hesitation to be yourself, or you apologize for being yourself. So the remedy for that is fearless love. And that's exactly what it sounds like, and I love this. Because one of my primary modes in life is to help people be more fearless in love and life. And can you get what that means, this fearless love? Now, fearless love means telling the story in a little bit different way. And I'm going to go around this way. This next piece is rediscovered heart. Now, what we think of the heart is wrong, energetically and physically. It's going to be a very powerful journey to reroute what the heart is, because the heart through the arms, which I discovered from working with clients and then expanding on it in old Sufi literature and all kinds of like ancient healing literature, the heart cascades down the arms, and as Khalil Gibran said, work is love made visible. So we need to redefine our relationship to the heart so we can love most fully. This goes back to this model down here, this 3 body centers. Reroute and recenter in the heart. The next one in this piece is called decoding body signals. The interesting thing is you have this meter for alignment built in, and it's in your body. Your sensations, your emotions, all of this put together. These are subtle and beautiful, and they are going to guide you through the most difficult times in your life. So we're going to learn to use these. And there's no one right answer. Everyone is so particular and everyone is so unique that these are going to profoundly affect you. You don't need to look outside for guidance once you have this inner system aligned. You'll know, oh, this sensation means this feeling connects to this memory, etc. We clear some of that, and you're allowed to be free to experience your body as a vehicle for joy once we clear out some of those mixed messages. And I have a lot of worksheets from that based on my old trauma healing experience. And then sacred boundaries. Because what does it mean to lose yourself? What does it mean to be full and shining and then get in a relationship and like lose your core? Like, aren't we, some people are their best and their healthiest between relationships in this liminal space, and that's not what I want for you anymore. And that's not what I want for me, and it's not what I want for this world. So we determine what boundaries are to you, and sometimes we rigorously hold the boundaries that make no difference. They don't affect us, they don't make us happy, they're useless. And we don't even bring up the boundaries that are most sacred to us. That's why this is called sacred boundaries, okay? This is profound and beautiful. So Our task is not to seek for love, as Rumi said, but to discover and tear down the barriers we've built up against love, and everything else will fall into place. And that's our model here. Once you resolve these challenges and these patterns that you've carried around so long, regardless of what you've been through, how many times you've been heartbroken, how many wounds you've been through, once you tear those down, then love is right there at the surface again. It's not far away. It's not as far away as it may seem to be, and this is beautiful. So again, this is called Rapture. So thank you. I hope that helped you in processing what you need to do moving forward. If you need help implementing these steps, then please leave the word Rapture in the comments below, and I will send you some details on how to move forward. And apologize for any glitches. I'm new to some of these technologies. So again, I'm Stephen Budden. I look forward to talking to you again soon.